here at EAC, and we've brought the twin leaf collection of large cents, and it's specifically middle and late date large cents, 1816 through 1857, as well as a couple of the 1868 patterns in the large cent format. This was collected by a student of early American coppers over the course of a number of years. He started with the coins of 1853. He actually wanted to build a typeset of US coins. He realized that this might be a huge challenge, but he wanted the variety of the typeset and honed in on the year 1853 because it had such great variety. Had lots of the denominations made by the US Mint and provided the opportunity for variety in patterns, metals, tokens, etc., that he could add on to the set, which he did, and we sold that collection last October at our Baltimore auction. That collection got him into early coppers by way of the 1853 cents that he had in that collection. He realized that there were all sorts of die varieties that were beyond just the one coin for the date. So he started collecting the die varieties of 1853, which spiraled out of control into collecting the middle date large cents, 1816 to 1840, and beyond through the late dates by die variety, and that's what we're offering in July at our Baltimore auction, which is at the Whitman Coin and Collectibles Baltimore Expo, July 16 to 19, I believe. His early dates were sold privately at a previous point, and that was, as I said, he went from just a typeset to the world of early American coppers and collecting by die variety, and he loved every second of it. We're very happy that he's chosen Stack's Bowers Galleries to auction his middle and late dates for him, and we and our staff and our lead cataloger on this project, John Pack, has had a tremendous time working with the consignor, working with the coins, working with all the collectors who own some of these coins in past years. We're at the Early American Coppers Show, and what's special about this show is that people don't just care about the coins, they care about where they've been yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, 150 years ago. There's a coin that we'll talk about in a few minutes, which has a pedigree going back probably to the 1850s, and that's so important to the coin, but to collectors who want to own it. And there's plenty of people behind us today who I'm sure buy coins as much for the quality or the die variety as for the personalities who owned it before. And that's what makes this collecting fraternity and this collection so special. The collectors saved all of the paperwork that came with the coins, the auction tickets, the notes of previous collectors who owned it, and we've preserved that with the coins because we know that it's so important to the copper collecting fraternity to preserve that information and to make sure that it persists into the future in this day of slabbing, where it's easy for the paperwork to become separated from the plastic and the coin. But we're making our greatest efforts. We hope future generations do the same.
What are some of the highlights?
Sure. I mean, there's 750 so items coming up in this auction, so there are plenty of opportunities for highlights. We've selected 4 of our favorites. The first highlight of 733 lots in the twin leaf collection is this 1825 Nukem 5 large cent. It is today one of about 8 known, and the fascinating story about this is that it was described in the 1880s in Frank Andrews' listing of die varieties of the series, but was referred to when Howard Newcomb described the die varieties in 1944, that he had never seen one. So collectors for over 100 years had not seen one of these coins until it was literally rediscovered in 2011. So once that discovery was made, people looked at their 1825s and found 7 additional ones. This piece is one of the finest, I believe the finest of 2 about this condition. And it's just a fascinating story that someone can describe the coin in 1880 or so, and no one can find one afterwards. And it takes a sharp-eyed numismatist to rediscover it. His name was Tom Deck, and it's just a special coin as one of the finest survivors of the variety known today. We have the 1825 N5 large cent, VF details PCGS, approximate value $15,000 to $20,000. Changing gears a little bit, we have an 1834 Nukem 3 proof large cent. This one is graded proof 65 brown by PCGS. What I forgot to mention earlier, David, is that in the twin leaf collection, what makes it so special is that it's nearly complete by die variety, but it also includes over 50 proofs of the large cent series of the middle dates and late dates, which is an incredible accomplishment. Any coin dealer or coin auctioneer would be happy to have 1 or 2 proofs in an auction, but to have 50 of them is huge. This one's special for its quality, its pedigree. It goes back to the FCC Boyd collection. It was owned by Dorothy Nelson when we sold it as part of the TAD collection in 1976 by Stax. And another collection which is the watchword of quality is the Roy Nafzger collection, Ted Nafzger. He owned this piece as well, and it's special today. It's a gem quality proof. What's interesting for large cent collectors is not only the quality, the rarity. I believe there are 6 or 7 known, but this is the die variety of 1834 cent that is included in the King of Siam set. So for those of us who can't afford an 1804 dollar, this might be the closest thing associative piece that most people can get, and is one of the favorite highlights in the twin leaf collection. 1834 N3 large cent, proof 65 brown PCGS, about $60,000 to $80,000. Changing back to a circulation strike, here we have the 1847 Nukem 43 large cent. It's graded VF25 by PCGS. It is a unique die variety. It is unique for the die variety, I should say. It was discovered about 25 years ago by collector Fred Borkert, and it has remained unique to this day. That's in juxtaposition to the 1825 Nukem 5, which we discussed a few minutes ago, where it was known, then unknown. When rediscovered, there are now 8 examples known. Over 25 years later, this is still unique. So for the collector who needs a complete collection by die variety of a late date large cents, this is a key coin. If you're a collector of 1847s by die variety, a key coin. It's just special when there's a discovery and it remains unique. It'd be kind of neat for this coin to remain unique, but by the same token, you'd love more collectors to be able to own a Nukem 43, and hopefully there will be additional discoveries in the future, but 25 years on, you begin to doubt that might happen. 1847 Nukem 43 large cent, VF25 PCGS, about $15,000. The last highlight that we're showing today, David, is the 1852 proof large cent, Nukem 24 variety. It's one of only 3 known of this die pairing in proof. It is the finest of the 3, but it is also probably the finest proof late date large cent known. It's graded PCGS MS65 red. There's a few other red proof 65 large cents out there. Those are of the more common issues, 1856 and 1857, not one of the rarer dates, 1852, which is known by just a handful of specimens. It is just a wonder to behold. It's the cover piece in the listing that we've provided for EAC collectors to view the lots here at the show, and it's just wondrous. It's essentially full mint red, very little mellowing in the color since the day it was struck, perfect proof surfaces, sharp, just a favorite coin. I mean, you could own a 1 coin large cent collection and include this piece. It's just that stupendous. This coin was also in the Ted Nafzger collection, just to show the watchword, the byword of quality that reigned in Ted's collection, as well as in the twin leaf collection, as represented by coins like this. Again, this is one of 50 proofs in the collection, which is an incredible number to have in any one place, much less collected by one person. And the gem red 1852 Nukem 24 large cent, PCGS 65 red, about 60 to 80,000, possibly more. It's just a wonderful coin.
What is it that enchants a collector to do such a serious die variety collection?
I think there's numerous things, David. You have the challenge of completion, and you know, not everyone has the resources to collect such a fine quality collection to such a level of completeness, and to go after so many choice and gem proof coins, rare proofs. Some of them are unique as proofs for that date or die combination. It's just enchanting to see the coins. There's something mesmerizing about copper, whether it's a choice chestnut brown piece, whether it's a gem red, a proof cent like we saw with the 1852. You know, there's something just absolutely enchanting from the time that colonials, copper started during colonial times in the U.S. to the red cents that we have in our pocket today. I mean, there's probably the most collected denomination. You know, whether they're large cents, small cents, or the half cents in colonials that EAC members collect. There's just something special about them that you know, William Sheldon waxed eloquently in his early American cents and pennywise in the 40s and 50s.
If you like this video, we're sure you'll love these 3 videos above, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. CoinWeek is the #1 source online for all things numismatic. Visit www.coinweek.com to take your hobby to the next level.